When you're going through a hard time, hope and comfort can be found in the most unexpected places. I believe this is true because it happened to me when I first experienced Vandal Hearts for the PlayStation 1 back in 1997. The first time I played Vandal Hearts, I was living in Colorado Springs, Colorado, and my dad had just moved my brother and I into a small 2-bedroom apartment off Westmoreland Street. He and his third wife were fighting a lot, a common theme in both my parents' marriages. So they took a break, my brother and I packed up our stuff, and we moved all the way across town. My whole life was like this up to that point. Family fights, divorce, moving, remarriages, more fighting, more divorce, more moving. Throughout it all, I was slowly developing a resignation to circumstances I felt were outside of my control. I lived in a constant state of loneliness, anxiety, and a growing sense that there was nothing better coming in the future. My life seemed hopeless. Gaming was one of the few comforts I had. I especially loved sci-fi and fantasy RPGs because the fantastic, far-off story settings offered me an escape, a temporary reprieve from my bleak existence. So when my brother borrowed Vandal Hearts for the PS1 from his buddy, I couldn't wait to pop it in and ignore my fears, insecurities, and broken relationships for a while. But that's not what happened.
With the song, feel love, we defy, we defy, we defy, we defy.
From the opening cinematic, a bleak picture is presented for the fictional land of Sostagaria. The long-ruling aristocracy has become so corrupt, so oppressive, that a revolution is ignited led by a man named Eris the Sage. Through his leadership, the revolution succeeds and a new democratic government of Histaria is created. However, Eris the Sage mysteriously vanishes, and his absence plants the seeds for unimaginable devastation 15 years later. It is at this point I begin to meet the characters whose journeys, relationships, victories, and failures will end up having a profound effect on me during this dark moment in my young life. The main character, Ash Lambert, along with his friends Diego and Clint, are all members of Histaria's security defense force. Right away, I connected with Ash because he had character qualities I wanted. He was brave, honest, honorable, and a loyal friend. Classic hero stuff, right? I also identified with Ash in another, rather uncomfortable way. Not long into the story, I meet a character that reminded me of all the bullies I'd grown up with. Kane. Kane is the entitled, arrogant, and cruel commander of the Crimson Guard, an elite special forces unit dreamed up by Hell Spites, a member of Histaria's ruling council, and, of course, Kane's father.
Well, if it isn't the security forces, what are you doing poking your little noses around here? I know you. You're Ash Lambert, the son of a traitor becoming a platoon leader. What a joke.
What did you say?
You scum.
Stop it, both of you.
But Ash.
Let him talk.
Always trying to sound like a saint, aren't you? As you can see, we've cleared the area of enemies. Some are still holed up in that church, but we have business elsewhere. As long as you're here, you can take care of those left in the church. Make sure you do a good job now.
What was that all about? Ash just stands there as Kane hurls insults and even stops his friends from coming to his defense. I hated it. I hated the feeling it gave me to see a bully walk all over someone and get away with it. I had bullies. They made me feel helpless and weak, and I could never do anything to stop them. Even if I ended up moving away, what they did stayed with me. Something happened with Ash's father that stayed with him. There's a burden he carries that defines his identity and value. and it'll drag him down and overwhelm him if he can't overcome it. Ash, Clint, and Diego make their way to a church where they meet Count Claymore, a local leader. He surrenders to Ash, but just then Cain returns, takes Claymore into custody, and slaughters the rest of the rebels.
I have no need for the others. Kill them.
Ash is furious, and for a moment it looks like Cain and Ash will come to blows. But Clive Beckett, captain of the security forces and Ash's mentor, intervenes. Cain exits with Claymore in hand. The next day, Clive introduces Ash to Dolph Crowley, another member of the governing council.
Ah, you must be Ash.
Ash, this is Dolph Crowley, a representative from the Young Revolutionary Party.
Nice to meet you.
Dolph has been sent out as a mediator to deal with yesterday's incident.
I understand exactly how you feel, Ash. The Crimson Guards were completely at fault in yesterday's massacre. Normally, there would be a need for a mediator in a case like this, but there are a few complications. As you know, the Crimson Guards are the pet project of Hell Spites, the Minister of Defense. Hell's tactics may be questionable, but his power and influence in the Council are not. I personally think he is a dangerous man who needs to be watched. Two council members are competing to become head, Hell Spites and Ronaldo Castile, who is, as you know, the head of the domestic security forces, your boss. See the pattern?
You're saying it's more than just a personal grudge between us and the Crimson Guard. Do you think it could escalate into a confrontation between the DSF and the Army?
Well, let's not be overly pessimistic, but we need to act swiftly to avoid further trouble.
So what do you want us to do?
As punishment, we'll send you on leave away from your policing duties here in the capital. But that's just to establish your cover. The truth is, I have a top-secret assignment for you.
And under the guise of punishment and reassignment, Ash and his team will be sent away on a secret mission to investigate the whereabouts of General Magnus, a hero of the Revolution, who disappeared along with his troops on the mysterious Gilberis Island. I said before how I admired Ash for his honorable qualities, but he's not the character with whom I felt the deepest connection. The character whose inner life and search for belonging have stayed with me to this day. On their way to requisition a ship for the crossing to Gilberis Island, the team is attacked by magical clay golems. After defeating the golems, Ash meets Elenor.
My clay golems!
So this is the one who created the golems.
That was a pretty vicious thing to do.
You're the vicious ones. Trying to make my daddy into a traitor.
Daddy, who are you?
Elenor Dunbar, daughter of Magnus Dunbar.
General Dunbar? But it seems that you're misinformed. We were just trying to...
Miss Elenor.
Huxley, I told you not to follow me.
But Miss Elenor. Oh, some gentleman from the DSF. I hope she didn't bother you.
Bother? She tried to kill us.
1,000 humble pardons, my lords. I am Miss Eleanor's tutor, Huxley Hobbs. It seems as if the young miss has heard some foolish rumors.
It isn't a foolish rumor.
Please, just listen to our side of the story. Some say that Magnus was planning a coup, but we never believed it.
So you think something's happened to him?
That's what we came to this island to find out.
I believe you. Let's get started.
Absolutely not. I won't allow it, miss.
It's my decision, and stop calling me miss. Please, Ash, I want to help my father. Let me come with you.
Okay, let's go, but you better be able to take care of yourself.
Thanks, Ash.
What? In that case, I shall be forced to go as well. Although I appear frail, I am a master of healing. You will need my help.
Elenor is great. She's strong-willed and energetic. She's got that spunky attitude. But early in the game, we're shown a scene that intrigued me and drew me toward her character. Her and Ash, as a matter of fact. Late at night, Ash stands alone next to a river, playing a tune on an ocarina.
That's beautiful.
Oh, it's you. Couldn't sleep?
I want to apologize for forcing you to take me.
Well, I understand you're worried about your dad. But you should know that it's possible that your dad really is a traitor. It's also possible that he has reasons neither of us know about. I want you to be ready to judge for yourself when the time comes.
I know what you're trying to say, but I trust my father completely. The truth is, I'm adopted. 15 years ago, Magnus found me. My parents had been killed in the war, and I couldn't remember who I was or what my name was. But Magnus loved me as if I was his own flesh and blood. That's why I'll always trust my father, even if no one else does.
That's beautiful. I'm jealous of you.
You don't trust your father?
He died during the revolution.
I'm so sorry.
No, don't be sorry. He doesn't deserve it. My father was a soldier in the Liberation Army, but he switched sides and died a traitor's death. My mother and I faced constant humiliation. After Mother died, I fell apart, and only Commander Beckett trusted me.
Mr. Lambert.
Anyway, I didn't mean to bore you with all that. Please, call me Ash, okay, Elenor?
Sure, Ash. And you can call me Elenor. Sweet dreams, Ash.
Good night, Elenor. Have you ever had a story moment from a game that stayed with you long after it ended? There are a few from Vandal Hearts that have never left me, and this is the first. Elenor saw her father the way I used to see mine, and my heart ached because that was no longer the case. As I grew older, I thought of my dad more like Ash thought of his. I was ashamed of him, resentful and angry. I felt such stress and anxiety because I felt trapped by the consequences of his actions. And I wanted the release of sharing my feelings with someone, anyone. Vandal Hearts has an ensemble cast, but it's the stories and relationships between 4 of them that had the deepest impact. Ash, Elenor, Clint, and a character that, for me, personified the sense of worthlessness that I felt at the time, and, later in the story, hope for something better in the future. While crossing a bridge, Ash and the rest encounter a group of bandits who've rigged it with explosives. During the battle, suddenly an archer named Kira comes to their aid. Kira is so spirited and fun. I loved her irreverent attitude, but I should have known better. I should have guessed her demeanor was just a cover for something destructive. Ash recruits a surly seaman by the name of Grog, who agrees to sail them across the sea. After they defeat a giant desert insect and a band of pirates led by his brother, whom he kills, but it's okay because he finds inner peace as he dies. Upon reaching the ancient and mysterious island, Ash and the rest come to the aid of General Magnus's last remaining troops, Dolan, Sarah, and Eamon, who are being pursued by monstrous and twisted versions of their former comrades. Later, Dolan explains General Magnus came to the island looking for an artifact known as the Magic Stone. But, once found, the stone released a curse on the general and most of his troops. Elenor still can't believe what she's hearing, and Ash decides they must travel to the island's ancient ruins to confront Magnus. During an encounter on the way to the ruins, Kira's brash behavior turns dangerous.
Uh-oh, there are more behind us.
I'll take care of the ones back here.
Don't be a fool.
Later that night, Clint speaks alone with Kira.
I hope you called me here for a good reason.
A warning. You fight too recklessly.
I think I've proven my prowess in battle.
Oh, I admit you're a first-class warrior. You fight as if you have nothing to lose. There's a sadness to you. It's almost as if you don't care whether you live or die. Well, that's all I wanted to say.
Wait. I guess I should thank you for saving me today.
This short scene hit me hard, and is the second that stayed with me. Clint's concern for Kira and his warning about how she lived as if her life meant nothing meant something to me. I can't say that I fully believed my life meant nothing, but at that time I felt like I was slipping in that direction. And, in a way, this interaction shed some light on that part of my experience. Finally, we confront General Magnus. General Magnus.
Daddy!
Elenor, wait!
Leanie, is it you?
Yes, Daddy.
No, get away from me.
Daddy, what is it?
Hurry, I can't resist much longer.
Daddy, what's happening to you? Daddy? Daddy!
He can't hear you. Get out of there.
Ah!
Kill you all.
We have no choice but to fight him. I want to interject something here. My father did try his best. He loved my brother and I. He happily provided for us. Even the move to Colorado, in part, was to give us all a fresh start. But my dad could never get away from himself and his flaws, which inevitably led him into more unhealthy relationships and me into more trauma.
Daddy, don't die!
He's back to normal.
Magic Stone's curse finally broken?
Magic Stone? What's that?
I was sent here to retrieve the stone, but he never told me what could happen.
Who is he?
He used me. It was all his doing.
No, Daddy, no!
General,
It's you!
Hey, don't be so mad. I came to help you.
Hang in there, Daddy.
don't worry. I don't think it hit any vitals.
Darn, we missed.
You bastard!
Well done, Ash, my boy.
I should have known you were behind this.
Great job, Ash. You and your men can be proud. Thanks to you, Magnus's coup d'etat plans have been stopped.
What?
You truly deserve the title of hero. And now, Elenor Dunbar and Huxley Hobbs, you are under arrest as followers of the traitor Magnus. Come with us.
But you can't just...
Of course I can.
Leave us alone! Can't you see he's hurt?
Back off!
Ash, my naive friend, as you know, interfering with us is tantamount to treason. Think well on whether you want to be known as a hero or whether you want to be known as a traitor like your father.
Don't worry, Ash. We're behind you.
Yeah, we know who's really behind this.
Glory or shame, Ash? Which will it be?
Okay, you win. Do as you will.
Ash!
Ash, you can't.
Put aside your weapons. We're officers who have sworn loyalty to the state.
Ho ho ho, a very wise decision, Ash, my boy. We're going to tour the ruins a few more days. In the meantime, put the prisoners in the dungeon downstairs.
Ash, what's wrong with you? Say something.
Once again, Ash's insecurity holds him back. I felt a pang of guilt because I knew I'd have done the same thing. I was so insecure back then that even the thought of confrontation made me sweat. But Ash isn't going to give up, and this is my favorite thing about him. His perseverance.
Ash! Where are you going this time of night?
Clint!
You don't think we'd let you go alone, do you?
You should have let us in on your plan.
I didn't want to involve you all in this. There's no need for all of you to be labeled as traitors.
What's everyone doing out here?
Taking a midnight dip in the water?
We were planning the same. Ash, we're with you. You're our leader. Just tell us what to do.
Well, it looks like we're in this together. Let's go and save Magnus and the others.
Now you're talking.
It's about time.
I've always loved stories about teams. Friends who fight for and stand with each other against all odds. To have someone there to support me when I was at my lowest was what I longed for. It was heartening to see everyone pull together to save Elenor, Huxley, and Magnus. But seeing Kira there, spying on everyone, gave me a sinking feeling.
Oh.
Try to be strong, Gaddy.
Elenor, I was a fool. I sent all my men to their deaths. For what?
It's not your fault. You were possessed.
I wish that were so. The magic stone isn't good or evil. It is only pure power. It just magnifies the user's true nature. When I touched the stone and felt its powers, I was seduced by my own demons. I let the power consume me. It's all my fault.
Why, Father? Why did you look for this stone?
To resist Hell's spites. I'm certain that Hell is planning a coup d'etat in the near future. I knew that in order to stop him, I would need more power. I was desperate, and that desperation led me down the wrong path. We must get the stone back. It holds a frightening secret.
Someone's coming.
Ash, how do you...
Forget about it. Let's get out of here. Later, as they reach the surface.
Wait, we got to get the magic stone. The person pulling Dolph strings is Hell Spites. We can't let that madman get his hands on the stone.
So you finally caught on, did you? But you're too late now, Magnus.
I've got that stone you want right here. A grud like you can't appreciate the true power of the stone, but I, on the other hand...
You pampered little poodle. You knew what that stone was going to do to me, didn't you?
You reap what you sow, General. You came here to betray me, and you deserve what happens to you.
That means that we were just part of your scheme to frame General Magnus?
Ho ho, exactly. I'm disappointed in you, Ash. Your feelings led you the wrong way. Not that it would have mattered anyway. Let me introduce you to my beautiful young assistant.
Kira!
Kira, how could you?
Thanks to her, I knew all your moves. Well, I think it's just about time for you to die.
I won't allow that.
You still retain some power from the stone?
I will stop you.
No, we're tearing a hole in the time-space fabric.
Whoa!
Whoa, what the?
Ah!
Daddy! Ash!
Was this the end? No, it couldn't be. Real life was where the bad guys won. The games I played, the good guys won in the end. Still, didn't feel very good to have Ash, Sarah, Grog, and Magnus sucked into a portal only to find themselves in a strange and harsh land.
Where in the heck are we?
I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
Ash, something's wrong with the General.
Oh.
General, hang in there.
Ash, it's no good. It's the end for me.
General, no.
I've stared death in the face all my life. I know what she looks like, and I do not fear her cold embrace. I was raised in a poor farming village. I was going to lead a simple life, following in my father's footsteps. But then the revolution came and our lives were thrown into turmoil. For country, for ideals, for liberty. But however pretty the slogan, there's no such thing as a good war. They call me a hero, but I'm just a murderer with blood on his hands.
But think of the people you saved, like Elenor.
Elenor. 15 years ago, I found her wandering around the ruins of her town. Adopting her was my attempt to make restitution for my sins. Ash, don't make the same mistake I did. You must stop Hel and Dolph, return this land to its former greatness. I beg you, Ash, retrieve the magic stone.
General Magnus! I thought of Elenor in that moment. She'll never get a chance to say goodbye. The land has one town, and it's here we discover Ash and his friends are actually outside of time itself. As they wander, they are met by a mysterious wizard named Zohar who invites them into his home. After they explain all that's happened to them up to that point.
I see. You and your companions are trying to stop this man named Hel, but are you absolutely sure that's the right thing to do? Think about it. The generation before you gave up their lives to build an ideal society, and what was the end result? We've let the council turn into a den of thieves and liars? There will always be war, but by stopping Hel now, who's to say you won't be paving the way for someone even worse than him?
Maybe you're right. But a brief peace is better than war. I can't sit and do nothing when I know that people are going to die.
I suppose it is the struggle that lends dignity to our lives. It's decided. I will help you in your brave mission.
The struggle that lends dignity to our lives. What I loved about this at the time was the possibility of a different perspective on the day-to-day struggles that I had. I didn't get up each day eager to face new challenges. I got up each day scared of what might happen at school or at home. A change in perspective can happen a little at a time. That line about struggle and dignity was the beginning of a change for me. Heartened by their perseverance, Zohar joins them and creates a spell to help them get back home. Where are we?
It looks like we made it back.
I can't believe it. It's Ash.
It can't be. Is it really you?
Clive, my friend. Diego. Commander Clive, well met.
Ash, beyond hope. But where have you been these past 3 miserable years?
3 years? We've only been gone 1 day.
The truth is, we're lucky to have come this close. We might have easily been off by 20 years or more.
Let's go back to the village and talk about it.
3 years have passed since Ash, Sarah, and Grog were sucked into the portal, and it is a desperate time in the land. Hellspites has dissolved the governing council and named himself emperor. Dolph plans to use the magic stone to unlock an ancient power known as the Flames of Judgment. And Clint, Elenor, and Eamon are locked inside the Imperial prison. Kira stands alone.
Clint.
What are you feeling sad about, Kira?
Oh, Master Dolph.
You still feel bad about betraying your friends?
No.
I wonder if you have what it takes to get your revenge. I'll make my move soon. I need your support.
I'll help, Master Dolph.
Dangerous, my lord.
Huh? Zeno?
You put too much trust in that girl.
Take care how you speak to me.
Forgive me.
But as long as you mention it, I'd like you to keep an eye on her for a while.
It shall be as you command.
Later in the dungeons of the Imperial prison,
You!
Clint, they're planning to execute you tomorrow. Here are the keys. I have weapons outside. Take me with you.
Why should I trust you?
I'm sorry. I couldn't betray Dolph. I understand if you despise me, but please don't die.
Kira!
You'd better run while you still can. By the way, I think I'll come with you.
I got a little worried for Kira in that moment. Would she be found out for helping the others escape? Regardless, I was glad she felt guilty about her betrayal because it meant she still had a conscience. I felt like I could relate to her guilt and self-hatred. I could never and had never developed the ability to forgive myself and let go of my guilt. Since I was young, I would replay mistakes over and over in my mind so much that it was almost as if I thought I deserved an emotional beating. Where did such an unhealthy habit come from? Time is running out. Reuniting after Clint and Eleny's prison break, Ash and his companions learn Dolph has already found the royal ring and one of his Crimson generals, Dallas, is transporting it under guard to the capital. Our heroes assault up through the train cars to confront him. He is defeated, and while Ash now has possession of the royal ring, he soon faces a hard choice. So this is the royal ring. It looks just like an ordinary ring to me.
Mind if I take a look? What the?
Haha, that ring is wasted on you fools.
Zeno!
Wait, it's an illusion. He's not really here.
Exactly, but let's talk terms. If you give me the ring, I will return this friend of yours.
Kira!
Of course, she's already betrayed you once, so it may be an unfair trade. We have no more use for her, however. If you don't wish to trade, we will be happy to execute her. If you're not at Fort Dane to make the trade by tomorrow, she will die.
The dirty scum. What do we do, Ash?
It's true that she betrayed us, but now she's just a desperate woman in need of help. If we let her die, then we'll lose a little piece of our own souls.
It's decided.
To Fort Dane, to save Kira.
Kind of you to come.
Kira!
Clint, don't give him the royal ring.
But if you don't, Kira will take a lava bath.
We'll give you the ring. Just let her go.
Hand over the ring to my little friend here. Ha! The ring. And now the hostage. Whoops! Uh-oh. I seem to have lost the key to stop this thing.
What?
So sorry. Oh well, I did my best. Farewell, fool.
That evil rat.
We've got to destroy the death device. Do you have friends? I mean real friends, not people who stick around for the good times and split when trouble starts. I remember this battle being more stressful than any other in the game. All of a sudden, I needed Kira to make it. I needed her to be accepted back into the team, and I needed her friends, who were risking their lives to save her, to have their efforts rewarded. I wanted her to get a second chance, because if she did, for some reason that meant I might be able to get a second chance. I wanted her friends to win, because then maybe I could find friends like that. Friends who'd stick by me no matter what. It sounds kind of weird to say out loud.
I don't deserve to live. You traded something like the royal ring for my miserable life.
But we couldn't let you die. If we let you die, we wouldn't be any different than hell. Besides, everyone deserves a chance to redeem themselves.
Are you saying I can start over?
Of course you can. We need you, Kira. Let's fight together for what's right.
Clint. I was born into a royal family. We were royal in name only and poorer than most peasants. But I was blessed with warm and loving parents and was very happy. But that all changed when the revolution started. Mother, father, sister, all killed by rioting mobs during the war.
It's true. Rampaging mobs went crazy. They looted homes and slaughtered thousands of innocents.
So the Ishtaria that we're so proud of was built on the blood of innocents.
But the Emperor wants to repeat the tragedy. Whatever we do, we've got to stop him.
But what do we do now? The Emperor has the magic stone and the royal ring.
There's still a way.
Speak up, man.
Inscribed on the ring is a message. It is in the language of the Baruni Empire. I believe it gives coordinates of a place in the Torog Mountains.
What could there be?
I have no idea, but we might as well give it a try.
All right then, let's head for the Torog Mountains. Ash and his friends race to the Torog Mountains in search of something to stop the Flames of Judgment. Meanwhile, Dolph's true ambitions begin to be revealed.
The Flames of Judgment. They have the power to lay waste to everything. Such power wasn't meant for man, even one so great as I. Yet to save the people from pain and suffering, I must have power. I learned much from the chaos that followed the revolution.
Haha, like a child crying for mommy. You always could make me laugh.
What?
There is no glory in suffering. 'Tis better and more natural to allow those who are in pain to die.
You're a
traitor? Yes.
My lord, did I hear something? What? What happened?
Stay calm. The Emperor has been felled by an assassin. There may still be time. Quickly, call a healer.
Yes, sir.
A healer. Ha! He only needs a coffin.
What is it? What happened?
Oh my, I'm so sorry. I had a terrible dream.
You scared me. That was some scream. What were you dreaming about?
The same dream I've been having since I was small. In the dream, I get sucked into a giant glowing fissure. I'm surrounded by people who seem to know me. They're trying desperately to save me, but they're too late.
Weird dream. My dreams are always so boring. I wouldn't mind having a dream about some handsome stranger.
I thought you and Damon were in love.
What? What are you talking about? Anyway, you should get some sleep. We have a big day tomorrow.
All right.
I felt bad for Elenor. I'd had some pretty rough nightmares as a kid. My heart hurt to see her in pain like that. Her torment seemed to be building. What a charming little village.
Looks pretty boring to me.
This is the location inscribed on the ring.
Well, in any case, Elenor, what's wrong?
I feel strange. This is the first time I've been here, and yet...
Elenor, you don't look well.
I do know this village.
What do you mean?
These stone streets, these houses.
Oh no. Flames! This village will be an ocean of flames!
Elenor, what is it?
What happened?
Suddenly she just started raving.
She can lie down in my house. It's over there. She's relaxing now. She was very tired.
Thank you for everything. My name is Ash Lambert.
I'm the village head. Call me Orosius. Tell me, for what purpose have you come to this village?
Well, the truth is...
Oh, I see. But, as you see, this is nothing but a mountain village. We have nothing to do with any magic stone or lost people.
Is that so?
Chief, monsters! We were out picking healing herbs when they attacked. Your granddaughter Lena is among them.
What?
We'll save them. Where do we go?
The Tsuke Plains, northwest of the village.
I'm going too.
Are you sure?
Don't worry, I'm feeling much better.
When they arrive in the fields, Ash discovers a young girl named Lena and the truth about the people in the village. There they are.
Lena, don't worry about me. Save yourself.
No, you can't give up. I know. I'll use the spell my granddad taught me. Spirits of the light, surround me now. Elemental shield.
A little girl casting such a powerful spell.
Wow! We don't know how long it will last. Let's get to work. So it seems Orosius wasn't being entirely forthcoming. After making quick work of the monsters, Ash confronts Orosius.
How can I thank you?
Start by telling us the truth. What is the secret of this village?
Huh? What are you talking about?
You can't fool us. No normal child could wield a spell of such power.
I see there is no use in trying to deceive you further. The villagers here are descendants of the ancient Barunai Empire. We were a civilization of sorcerers and sages, but then, our greatest and most terrible achievement was also our undoing. The Flames of Judgment.
Just as I suspected.
Orosius, please lend us your power.
Sadly, I cannot. Our ancestors took pride in power and walked the path of destruction. The power that they unwittingly unleashed, they later sealed away. We will not use power again. We will not repeat our mistakes.
You're only running from your responsibilities. Even though you sealed the power, it did not go away. If it truly was your ancestors who unleashed this power, then it is your duty and your obligation to rid us of this menace. It was pretty weird and selfish to me for Orosius to continue to refuse to help when it's pretty obvious at this point the world is doomed if he doesn't. To make matters worse, the village is suddenly attacked by Sabine, another of the Crimson Generals.
Ha ha ha! Kill them all!
Stop.
We'll stop if you tell us where Ash is.
I know nothing.
Then you shall die for me.
Yeah!
Grandfather!
You'll pay for that.
Indeed, I was about to say the same. You shall pay dearly for the lives of Lando, Dallas, and Kurtz.
Move away, Lena. We'll take care of this.
Okay.
Poor Lena. Everything and everyone she's known is being taken from her. Feeling alone and adrift in life is hard, especially when you're young. We need our parents, mentors, and friends to give us a sense of place, which in turn gives us a sense of ourselves. Without it, we're lost.
Oh.
No, don't die, Grandfather.
Orosius!
Ash, it is just as you said. We were running from the terrifying power that we gave birth to, but it seems that the time has come to pay for our lies.
Grandfather!
Lena, you must go to Arome Lake. Break the seal on the temple. You're the only one left to do it. It shall be reborn. The only power to resist the flames of judgment. The sword of destruction. Vandal Heart.
Vandal Heart.
A sentient blade, as fearful as its name. He who wields it, if there be doubt in his heart, will be cursed. The wielder would become a puppet of evil, spreading pain. But you, Ash, you could do it.
Orosius, be strong.
Tell them for us. The people must not give in to power.
Grandfather! What am I going to do now? My grandfather, the whole village dead. I'm all alone.
Lena, you're not alone. Nobody is alone in this world. Everyone is connected in some way.
You too?
Me too. I have no family left either. And yet I know that I'm not alone. I have Ash, Huxley, and the others. You too, Lena. You're one of us now.
Really? You'll take me with you?
Of course. Here, take this pendant of mine.
It's beautiful.
I was wearing this when they found me. I was an orphan baby with only this pendant to show who I really was. I'm giving this to you because now I know who I am. I'm me. Someday you'll know what I mean. Let's go back to the others, okay?
Okay.
To belong. To have someone to guide you and hold you when you feel alone. That's what comforted me about that moment between Eleni and Lena. The connection between them went right over my head when I first played the game. At this point, maybe you figured it out. If you haven't, no worries. The big reveal is coming up. Lena leads everyone to the resting place of the one thing that can stand against the flames of judgment. The sword Vandal Heart. So this is Vandal Heart.
Lena, it's up to you to unseal the sword.
I'll try.
Go no further.
It's Zeno!
I took a chance at following you. I had no idea that you would find a relic of this magnitude, the fabled Vandal Heart, Sword of Destruction.
Zeno, don't get any foolish ideas.
Ha! Even you can't stop me now, Zohar. I've discovered the secrets of Fade's magic. Dimension Hole.
He summoned a space-time rift by himself.
Yeah! Lena!
Eleni, no!
Lena! Lena!
Eleni, help!
Ha! Your last chance is gone. See you at the apocalypse. Ha ha ha.
Now what are we gonna do?
Shit.
Sealed for eternity.
That's not true.
Huh?
I just remembered. The truth is, I am Lena. Lena is Eleni, is me.
Eleni, are you well? Sit down and rest.
I'm fine, Ash. It's just that I know who I am. Everyone, Lena's fine. She came out of the rift 18 years in the past. She'll wander around a little, but soon she'll be found by Magnus.
So you mean that...
Yes, Lena is myself from the past. Don't give up hope. As the last Barunai mage, I can break the seal. Soul Sword, make with us a contract of blood. Morituri te salumatis. Ash, take the sword.
My entire body. It's flowing with energy. So this is Vandal Heart. Eleni is Lena all grown up. This was my favorite plot twist in the game, and the resolution of Eleni's character journey. Well, almost. There are 3 major events left in the story I'd like to mention. There's a 4th with Cain, which I'll mention quickly because he doesn't deserve any more than that. The game tries to give him this moment of preparation before his last battle with Ash, but screw that guy. Bullies don't get tender moments. Ash confronts Cain. Ash and the rest fight Cain. Cain sells his soul to Xeno and turns into a mindless killing machine. Ash kills Cain. There, now on with the rest of the story. Orosius had mentioned the Vandal Heart having its own will, and it's at this moment it draws upon all of Ash's guilt and insecurity about his father. What is this place?
Son of a traitor?
Who said that?
You sold out our country. You and your father are the shame of this land.
Stop it!
Traitor! Traitor!
You'll never be anything but a dirty lowlife.
I hate you. I hate you for all eternity.
Stop!
Ash, what is it?
Help me!
Ah!
Elenor, get away from there.
Don't call me a traitor!
What? What's going on?
Vandal Heart is vying to control Ash's soul. His trauma from being called a traitor as a boy is emerging.
What can we do?
All of you, die!
Stop! Stop it, Ash!
Clive, look out!
What have I wrought? Please, Clive, please don't die.
It's better this way, Ash.
What?
I'll never forget that fateful day 18 years ago.
Eris, I'll cover you. Go out the back.
No, Alder. I won't forsake you.
Aldor Lambert, surrender the traitor Eris.
Stop it, Clive. You've been deceived.
Don't interfere, or you'll be hurt too.
Listen to me, Clive. This is part of a plan to ensnare Eris the Sage.
I'll listen no more. Put up your sword.
I didn't want to fight, but I have no choice.
Have at you! I found out later that Aldor spoke the truth. They were just using me to sabotage the new government. After I discovered the truth, I tried to make a public announcement. But the person that deceived me had already been killed in the war. I said nothing for fear of derailing the peace process, and so the truth has not been spoken until this day. Ash, your father was no traitor. Ash, believe in yourself and do the right thing.
Clive!
Here you are, Ash. Clive will be fine.
Thank the gods. I was so worried. But I nearly killed him. I'm in no condition to keep fighting.
What are you talking about, Ash?
I can never forgive myself.
Listen to me, Ash. Your father, Clive, everyone was fighting for a better tomorrow. You must continue the good fight that your father died for.
Elenor.
It's your turn now, Ash. You mustn't use guilt as an excuse to avoid responsibility.
You're right, Elenor. It's just as you say. I've been selfish for too long. It's time to do my duty.
Complete your father's dying wish.
My father's dying wish.
That's the same ocarina from before.
Growing up, I'd gotten revelations about my dad that changed the way I saw him and gave way to resentment and bitterness. But here, I was reminded that there still could be more about my dad I didn't know that could redeem the way that I saw him. That was encouraging to me. Deep down, I wanted to see him in a new and better way. Yes, it's a memento from my father. All those years I hated him, but I just couldn't throw it away. I guess all those years, part of me never stopped believing in him.
Ash.
We're finally near the end of all this madness. Come on, let's go. Finally reaching the capital, our heroes confront Dolph, and I was surprised by one more revelation.
Impressive. I greatly underestimated you.
Dolph, what are you planning? If this continues, everyone in Histaria will wind up dead. Do you want to be the ruler of a kingdom of ghosts?
Ho, you completely misunderstand me. It is neither power nor glory that I seek. It is revenge for the death of my father, Eris, that I seek.
Eris the Sage, the greatest hero of Histaria was your father?
Father was the greatest patriot of our history, but he was used and thrown away like a lump of coal. His place in history was forgotten, even as the people enjoyed the prosperity that was hard-won with his blood. I vowed I would take revenge on those people who forgot him. It was then that I met Zeno and learned of the flames of judgment.
Fool, to use such power for petty revenge. You would destroy the world to settle your own puny debts.
Your words move me not. This unclean world can only be cleansed with fire.
You're wrong. Though this world may be wicked, life itself is precious. Good and evil, love and hate, each man contains the potential for both. You would exterminate mankind for their sins. I would fight the gods themselves to save them.
Sanctimonious whelp! How many souls have you yourself released from their corporeal bondage? Well then, why don't you see if you can stop me?
We can react to trauma in different ways. Ash had been guilt-ridden, but found strength in mentors and friends. Ultimately, he never stopped believing in humanity's potential for good. Dolph, on the other hand, had let hatred eat him up inside. He saw no hope for the world. Was he right?
It's finally over.
Father.
Dolph, it's over. Let it go. Revenge for your father. I understand you better than you know. But after revenge is taken, nothing remains but a painful scar. Dolph, you can begin again. With your genius, you could do much to help rebuild this country.
Help this country? Help this country? You still do not understand. This country was headed for annihilation anyway. I am merely accelerating and purifying the means of its destruction. Now the world shall be judged as was my father.
Dolph, don't do it! You must stop!
Flames of judgment, devour all you see. Devour our souls. Devour the world.
With his last effort, he released the flames.
It can't be true. Who can save us now?
It's no good. It keeps expanding.
I'll use Vandal Heart to disperse its power.
Ash, no! It's too dangerous!
Well, here goes nothing. Yeah! Did it work?
It looks like the flames have gone out, but...
Ash, where's Ash?
He disappeared with the flames.
No. Ash. Come back, Ash.
The ending of Vandal Hearts wasn't a typical happy ending. The land of Histaria is left broken, and the government fragile in the wake of a power vacuum left by Hel and Dolph. After such an emotional ride, it wasn't what I wanted to see. It wasn't all doom and gloom. There are short explanations of where each character ends up after the story ends. My favorite is Kira's journey of self-discovery, and Clint deciding to lead the security forces as he waits for Kira's return. There's a line during the credits that stuck with me long after I finished the game. People still must make their way by force of their will. It's only when the people lose this will that evil is able to flourish and take power. It's a big ideal that reminded me of a similar saying, the only true evil is when good men do nothing, which I'm sure was said by a real person, but also by Alucard during the ending of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Either way, I've never forgotten it. The final scene in Vandal Hearts comes at the end of the credits. It's also my favorite scene of the entire game. I'll show it, and then I'll tell you why.
The days go by, one after the other. An endless procession of tomorrows, but nothing new to write about. That ocarina, that melody, could it be? It is. Welcome back. I've been waiting so long.
I watch Elenor sitting alone. It's like a picture of what I feel in that moment of my life. When I see her reunited with Ash, I'm genuinely happy for her. And yet that longing remains, like a lump in my chest. I'm sitting in my room. The story is over, and nothing about my circumstances have changed. I don't know it, but in a few months, my dad will move my brother and I back in with his wife. My family life won't improve. But now I have a story. I have characters and events that reflected inner thoughts and feelings I couldn't put into words then. I have pictures of friendship and intimacy, of forgiveness and redemption. I have Ash overcoming shame and guilt and seeing his father in a new light. I have Clint personifying steadfast love and friendship. I have Kira living as if her life meant nothing, betraying her friends, then getting a chance at redemption and renewed purpose. And I have Elenor, losing her father, gaining a new family, and finding herself. Vandal Hearts told a story that gave voice to my fears, insecurities, and loneliness. I saw aspects of myself reflected in the characters and gained comfort from the intimacy of their relationships. I was inspired by their strengths and felt kinship with them and their flaws. It was all I had at the time, but it was enough. Enough to give a little hope to a lonely teenager in a small 2-bedroom apartment off Westmoreland Street, Colorado Springs, Colorado, 1997. I'm Israel Wright. Thank you so much for listening to my story.